Hey guys, it's everyone's favorite Dinobot here, and let's begin. The Wreckers are a black ops group meant to take on some of the most dangerous missions in the galaxy. But today, they're going up against one of the most dangerous monsters in the galaxy. The arch nemesis to Godzilla, King Ghidorah. Let's begin. Leading the charge and leading the team here, we have Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is the head and the leader of the Wreckers, equipped with ion cannons, or at least path blasters as of the Fall of Cybertron continuity. He possesses great power and great strength. He's been able to go toe-to-toe and hold his own against Megatron, beat Shockwave, and equipped with the Forge of Solus Prime, he's been able to send Predaking flying. Without it, he's still able to stagger and even harm Predacons as strong as Skylinks with his attacks. He's actually pretty fast as well, able to dodge Energon Fire, even being able to react to it. Second in command, Impactor is one of the few enhanced Transformers in the Fall of Cybertron franchise, being the leader of at least the Wrecker group, or at least the second in command of the Wreckers. He is able to form the torso of Ruination, basically the full body part of it. All right. Impactor possesses the ability to change his hand and has actually incredible durability. His only weakness is actually wear and tear. It's actually noted that he died in the war, but again, it actually might be false. As Grimlock stated, Impactor was leading a crew of Autobots off the planet. So it's very likely that Impactor is actually alive. Wheeljack is easily the close quarters combat member of the Wreckers, being able to take down and go toe-to-toe with the likes of Soundwave, albeit that was high difficulty. He's been able to take attacks from Predaking and has even survived blasts from a Unicron enhanced Megatron. By the way, Impactor would scale to Onslaught, but I'll get into that later. Bulkhead, obviously, easily one of the muscles of the Wreckers. Not the strongest, that'll go into later, but he's easily able to cause shockwaves when he clashes with Breakdown, has been able to beat Dreadwing, who's been known to go toe-to-toe and actually was able to beat Optimus Prime in, base Optimus Prime before he got the upgrade in actual combat. He's even been able to draw blood from a Dark Energon enhanced Megatron, was actually giving him the work here. The same Dark Energon enhanced Megatron that was putting a beat down to Optimus Prime. Bulkhead has actually some pretty good feats for the franchise. He really does. He's able to react to speedy Autobots like Arachnid, and has been known to actually go toe-to-toe with, some pretty powerful Decepticons. Topspin is the aerial support of the Wreckers here. He's actually been known to be fast enough to actually complete with Blastoff, who's actually faster than light, which is a very common thing, considering the Wreckers and the Combaticons were actually known to go toe-to-toe with each other. On occasions, Topspin and Blastoff would actually be having these super heated dogfights, with sometimes Topspin winning and sometimes, Blastoff will win. So it's very, very prominent as well. He really doesn't have. He's actually a pretty good sharpshooter as well, so that's actually noted. And he actually is able to explore the galaxy itself. When he's not in the battle, he will actually go out of Cybertron's orbit, go into any planet that is neighboring, and will come back. Roadbuster. Oh, this is one of my favorites from the classics. He's actually a explosive expert. If he is true to his G1 counterpart, I think he would be the explosive expert here. So in all honesty, Roadbuster actually does, he's very good with explosive. He's actually incredibly strong as well. He should be able to scale to some of the stronger Wreckers as well. Probably even stronger than Bulkhead. And he comes with an arsenal of gear. He's actually the most war-hardened of the Wreckers as to date here. Next up, we have Twin Twist. Twin Twist is one of the more aggressive brawlers of the Wreckers. Actually, even aggressive towards his comrades sometimes. He's not a jerk, but he's just a little too aggressive, His aggression actually gives him the strength needed to overpower and even dismantle other bots and cons, such as characters like Ironhide. He should be stronger than, who can rip bots in half, and rip bots much larger than him in half. Twin Twist should actually be in the same league as characters like Brawl due to his body build. So again, it's really not hard. It's really not hard to even suggest that Twin Twist is the strongest member of the Wreckers. Next up, we got Whirl. Whirl is the insanity of the Wreckers, all right? He's not only good at it, but he is so prominent and so annoying in the field of combat that his teammates actually use him as a distraction. And he understands the sheer fact that he is being used as a distraction. But he loves it and is able to explore it. Now we got Iron Fist or Physitron. Physitron or Iron Fist is actually the most dangerous member of the Wreckers. Was actually the scariest one. Here's why. He uses chemical warfare. Yeah, this dude can make some highly volatile chemicals, okay? So the point where he can actually make acidic ones that are capable of melting Decepticons, pretty much like, like actual boiling acid, to the point where it's possible he could have made toxin, like, a very dangerous poison to Cybertronians. He could have made that. He was absolutely lethal in the war, okay? You guys got to remember, Transformers Prime, the Aligned Novels, these Autobots were packing. And Physitron was no joke. This dude would make chemical warfare, and it's possible that even he made the corrosive slime cannon, which is a chemical weapon meant to dissolve and eat away at Cybertronian armor, even armor as high as Reapers and Titans. Next up, we have Pyro. Pyro is easily the arsonist of the Wreckers here. Now, he was hard to find information on, and I had to gather some G1 stuff, but he is able to manipulate pyrokinesis, okay? He's a pyrokinetic member of the Wreckers here. He's actually able to use high heat, right? This high heat not only scales to his durability, but his AP as well, considering the fact that fire or the scatter blaster in Transformers is able to set Cybertronians who have actual high armor levels. So again, it's able to set other Cybertronians on fire, okay? So it's really no joke at all. That's really no joke. So now we have on to the king himself, King Ghidorah. A fallen alien that was actually able to dethrone Godzilla of King of the Monsters. King Ghidorah has pretty much shown that he is the strongest monster in a Monsterverse, even till this date. Yes, still stronger than Mechagodzilla. King Ghidorah is able to overpower any monster in any competition he came across. It was actually confirmed by the director that it took multiple Godzillas to even push King Ghidorah back into the Arctic. And even then, he killed some. So again, he's very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. He's able to overpower Rodan in the air, Rodan being the much faster monster. Able to react to Rodan as well, with Rodan being able to move at hypersonic speeds. He's been able to react to Godzilla's atomic breath, which could even be calculated to move at light speed here. He's even able to tank it and withstand it as well. So again, yeah, King Ghidorah is no joke. He actually comes with the ability of hexes, such as gravity beams, which were able to kill Mothra, one-shot Rodan, and push around Godzilla like it was nothing. Like, this dude was packing. He was packing some meat. He comes with regeneration. He can regenerate any part of his body, even down to the bone. This dude can grow bone, muscle, and tissue back. Do you know how overpowered that regeneration level is? I mean, just look at Wolverine or the Hulk. You could rip the Hulk's arm off and he could grow everything back. Regeneration on that level is no joke here, okay? He even comes with storms. These storms can actually pick up to the point where they're causing extinction levels, okay? So let's begin here. Let's begin the scaling. We'll put this in the Boston fight, except instead of Godzilla arriving, the Wreckers arrive. All right. So King Ghidorah is prepared to fight the Wreckers, and the Wreckers are prepared to fight King Ghidorah. Now, round one is a basic random encounter. This is basically multi-continental versus city level. But these city level characters are packing some heat here. Now, in a random encounter, I do not favor the Wreckers at all. For starters, some of them are basically ordinated in close combat. Now, yes, Wheeljack does come equipped with blasters and grenades and stuff. But again, that's not going to cause too much damage. It's not. Now, we could scale them to the characters that they do, go off of. King Ghidorah scales above the likes of Godzilla and Muto Prime, while the Wreckers scale to the Combaticons and Devastator, which were known to take over entire cities. So again, this is city level versus continental to multi-continental. He was, I think you guys understand where this is going here in a random encounter. They really don't have the necessary tools to take down King Ghidorah either. Now, I do believe a well-placed strategy is able to keep them in the fight long enough for... Let's give them a bone here. Let's say they have to distract them until Godzilla arrives. Oh yeah, they have a good chance. They got some firepower. They're definitely above the military who was able to force Ghidorah to block. I can definitely see that. And with characters like Impactor, who should have the same strategy levels as characters like Onslaught, and possibly even better sometimes, along with heavy hitters like Roadbuster, Bulkhead, Whirl, and Topspin, they should be able to do some significant damage here, and even being able to knock back and even push around King Ghidorah for a little bit. But again, Gravity Beam, Lightning Blast are going to disable a lot and even kill a lot of Cybertronians who actually are known to get up close and personal. Now, if they do get up close and personal, let's say they get a hit off, not really going to work like that. Now, yeah, so, and honestly, yeah, in that conclusion, King Ghidorah just messes them up completely. He's stronger and he's more durable. They are faster than him, though. I would definitely say that. They're more mobile than he is here. Now, what happens when it comes to prep time? Well, that's where Physitron kind of comes into play. If they're able to prepare and know Godzilla is coming, the Wreckers can easily make a chemical that is capable of taking down King Ghidorah. They would have to set him up, however. They would have to do it to where Physitron can either get close or he can drop it somewhere where, the blast radius won't really affect him. They need to know everything. They need to know how to distract him and how to keep him distracted for the remainder of that fight. So, again, I do believe that in a random encounter, they pretty much lose like 95% of the time. But when it comes to prep time or prep-based battles here, they're able to take the win more often than not, thanks to Physitron's chemical warfare and a much better planned out strategy. But anyway, you guys, that's my take on this here. I honestly still favor King Ghidorah, even if they have prep time. But hey, the Wreckers do have a shot.